Now, don't call it a bank run, but the XRP supply is getting drained off of the centralized exchanges. And we're going to be breaking down what this means, why it's taking place, and how this is going to impact your investment in XRP. Along with David Schwartz switching his profile picture to an XRP meme. Do we have another second wave of XRP memes about to pop off? We'll be talking about that. And then we get the news here this morning that the NASDAQ wants to be able to list tokenized stocks on their platform. You are probably not bullish enough. Let's get you caught up to speed. The bullish energy has arrived for XRP. There you go. Look at that. September 7th comes in. We are far below my targets. And yes, in yesterday's video, I admitted I was wrong. My targets were off. We've had to adjust the timeline, shift our targets, but we're still on track for XRP going to an all-time high. And we're looking at a repeat of the July fractal potentially right here, okay? These purple bars that you see right here, pink bars right there, this is the fractal from July. And so do we have a similar pattern playing out right here, building off this base? We could be looking, if we follow that fractal, back above $4 just in the next couple of weeks, or basically the next week, right? Before the next Fed meeting that we have marked on September 17th. How about that? Little follow the fractal. That would play out nicely, wouldn't it? But here we go, folks. As we've been saying, the bullish energy has always been here all throughout the last month while price action was consolidating and sideways. The fundamental news just kept on hitting, right? And this is the type of news that we've been talking about. NASDAQ has today filed with the SEC to allow tokenization and blockchain trading of shares. If approved, it will be the first U.S. exchange to officially adopt this technology. Tokens will carry the same rights as traditional shares, voting, dividends, and voting. Dividends and settlement, ensuring full legal and regulatory equivalence. There you have it. Now, what does Mr. I point out for us? Right here, we have Fireside Chat with Adina Friedman, who is the chair and CEO of NASDAQ, going to be sitting down with Monica Long, the president of Ripple, at Ripple's Swell Conference November 4th and 5th in New York. Welcome to the party, NASDAQ. And remember, we talked about it last week. BlackRock is also going to be joining us at Ripple's Swell Conference in New York. Going to be a good time. The Phoenix rises higher today. Thank you, Joel Katz. That would be our good friend David Schwartz. Huge shout out to David for firing this party back up. From ashes to eternity, Phoenix lives on the XRP ledger. Now, this is the Phoenix meme coin. And what they share here is David Schwartz did in fact change his profile picture. I'll go to his actual, here's his page right here. There you see it. It's real. He did it. And I loved his little header post right here, right? When a scrappy financial startup takes on a web of corruption and betrayal to bring instant payments to the masses, they learn that the cost of disrupting the status quo is higher than they could have ever imagined, forcing them to decide between their vision and their survival. David Schwartz sends the signal, flips it, and I said right here, I said, this is the signal that we were looking for. I retweeted this one out. Let me move on over here. This is the Phoenix chart that I wanted to share with you guys. And actually, real quick. Okay, yeah. I wanted to share the Phoenix chart. This thing went absolutely nuts here yesterday. Sorry, 55% on the pump for Phoenix from when he mentioned it to where it went to 55% pump. And you better believe that I top blasted that chart. I hate buying into green candles. I hate FOMO buying into something like this. But I caught the news, and it had been about an hour after he changed his profile picture. And I kid you guys not, I was out mowing my front yard. I'm out mowing my front yard, listening to a audiobook or whatever. And I had stopped to check Twitter real quick, and I saw that. And I immediately set down the earmuffs, took off my boots, ran upstairs here, told the Discord group, guys, David Schwartz just changed his PFP. This thing's running. And I top blasted that chart for the XRP culture. My XRP might be gone. I might lose on this trade. I did not own the Phoenix token before this. But for the XRP ledger, for the XRP community, we top blasted that chart just for the culture. Okay. Sometimes you got to do it. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I did enter. I did make a little move. And I did buy into the top here of this chart. And so we'll see what happens from here. Great news, though. We have Chainalysis, who's reporting that they have expanded XRP Ledger support beyond XRP. We are now automatically tracking 260,000 plus tokens on the XRP Ledger, including IOUs, XLS20 NFTs, and multi-purpose tokens. Full investigation and compliance workflows now available. How about it? Absolutely love to see it. And for all of you guys who are wondering, how do I trade on the XRP Ledger DEX, right? You're telling me, oh, there's all these tokens, there's NFTs. Well, here I dropped a tutorial, XRP DEX trading, and this is added to a new playlist that I've created for XRP Ledger DEX. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can either type in XRP DEX trading, or you can go to my playlist and you can find XRP Ledger DEX, and this video will be in there. This is a 14-minute video, full tutorial on how to buy meme coins like Phoenix, like Farm, like some of the other meme coins that I've played around with. Once again, high risk, not encouraging anybody to do it, but if you're trying to figure out how to do it, I showed you how. And so I'll have that available in the description down below. But let's get to the point of today's video. This is very important. There's no clickbait, just straight facts. Once again, we back up every single video title, thumbnail that we put out. Do we want to bait you into watching our video? 100%. This is the business that we're in. So just like everybody else in media, we're baiting you to click our video, our article, etc. But the reason why people keep on coming back here is because we always back it up. So when I tell you that the supply is getting drained, it's happening quickly too. 30-day XRP balance changes on exchanges. Vet says, I like that. Get your XRP off the exchange and into self-custody. I like that too. We have wallets linked up down below for self-custody, and we also have been moving some XRP to Caleb and Brown and other cryptos there too, because then we're putting it in institutional grade custody. So if you don't want to do self-custody yourself, we can rely on somebody else in a bankruptcy remote protected account. So if Caleb and Brown goes down, has an issue, you're good to go. And you're in free institutional grade custody. So we got that linked up down below, whether you want to do cold storage or you want free institutional grade custody. Caleb and Brown and our wallets linked up down below. But what we're watching here, 7 million XRP off of Bitso, 6 million XRP off of Bitstamp, 291 million. That's right, folks, 291 million. I had to double check and make sure I was reading that right. 291 million off of Coinbase, down 62%. BitGet, 52 million. 591,000 taken off of GateHub and 1 million taken off of MEXC. I'd be interested to see Binance and some of these other bigger exchanges as well too. But just from this snapshot, and especially Coinbase too, this is big. Now, it is being misreported from the real clickbaiters out here that try to use XRP FUD to get clicks. They're trying to say that these exchanges are basically, these are outflows out of XRP. No, this is XRP leaving the centralized exchange and going to institutional grade custody at Caleb and Brown, like many of us are doing, or to cold storage. That's what's happening. This is not outflows from XRP to dollars. This is XRP leaving, right? And obviously this is happening in the digital world, but imagine physically leaving. That's why I said, don't call it a bank run yet. That wouldn't be appropriate yet, but significant supply is getting drained. Now, does Ripple have a big supply, and could they help these exchanges out? Yes. But here's where it gets exciting and why I wanted to make the title and topic of today's video as such. The injunction being in place from Judge Torres, where she said, nope, Ripple and the SEC came back and said, hey, Judge, can you please lift this injunction? The SEC and Ripple came together and asked the judge. She said, no, injunction remains. And I believe that the setup now is that Ripple's not going to be able to sell XRP directly to the ETF issuers because the ETF issuers are selling a security. They're selling XRP packaged up in a security, an investment contract. That's why they have to go through the SEC for all of these filings for the XRP spot ETFs. This is a security. So because of that, Ripple cannot sell to the ETF issuers directly. Hopefully they already got a supply. And if they didn't, this is where they'll be going to the centralized exchanges like Coinbase and others, and they'll have to drain the supply off the centralized exchanges. This is where we can have a legitimate conversation that's no hopium, no clickbait about supply shock for XRP. I know that gets thrown out, just like big numbers for XRP get thrown out, but we are observing this on the exchanges right now. Their supply is getting drained. Why would this be taking place? One, because none of us trust these centralized exchanges, which is good. Moving it to personalized brokerage service, white glove service from Caleb and Brown, free institutional grade custody with transparent fees. Thank you very much. And we're moving it to self-custody, and we have wallets linked up down below for Descent, Alipal, etc. We don't trust the exchanges. And here's where we put on our tinfoil hat. This is speculation. But if the injunction's in place, Ripple can't sell to ETF issuers. They have to get it from somewhere. So are they front running right now and buying up supply off the exchanges and saying, hey, load us up, please? And see, this is why I said, don't wait around for the ETFs to go live. Don't wait around for the regulations to pass with the Clarity Act. We are going to run between now and then. And you started to see the bullish energy has arrived. XRP back up to $3 this morning. And that XRP long that I've been adding to, double up, triple up, add to it, blood in the streets. Finally back in profit. Thank God. Been a long ride, and this thing's moving back up. You have survived the summer slowdown all through August, stagnant to start off September, but now we're rocking and rolling. I think that David Schwartz sent us the signal that Phoenix is about to rise. God bless you all. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe out there. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.